Dave's Broken Diamond Club. Written by Undenu Neon, voice acted by Nerd Holistic, and illustrated by Imaginocean. Chapter 1, Part 1. Troll Summary. In which Solix Captor, troll of many curses, including the most cursed love life, falls hard in pale pity for Dave, apparently the planet's least romanceable troll. In which Dave himself is basically more secret vault than troll at this point, and generally wishes that everyone else would just chill the fuck out for once. Contains slow burn, will they, won't they pale rom, frankly scandalizing pale displays, a best friendship for the ages, highly illegal non-quadrant romance, polyamorous non-quadranted romance, inadvisable body mods, poor decisions, and revolutionary content. Contains more plot than strictly needed, comprising of shocking revelations, intergenerational hoofbeast shit, and outright rebellion. Unsuitable for trolls 7 sweeps and under. Chapter 1. Recover. Churches. Nominated for Pale Anthem of the Sweep. Blow by blow, honest in every way, I know you appear to face a decision I know you fear. You hear about Dave long before you meet him. He's Carcat Vantus's full-time crush, not that your best friend can decide whether he wants to kiss the guy or whether he wants to bite his face off. Honestly, the guy flip-flops on the matter so much, you think there should be a way to connect him to the power grid. That level of vacillation could keep your whole city alight. Carcinogeneticist began trolling Twin Armageddons. Solix, please help me out here. My stupid, dumbass date for idiots who couldn't plan their way out of a wet paper bag ran on too long, and now me and Dave are going to get fried if you don't let us in. You're running pretty close to sunup. Can't you just get a hotel? Pale your stupid crush into at least one quadrant already? Don't taunt me. If you must know, I blew all but my communal scuttlebuggy fare trying to impress him in some stupid rigged game. And he says he doesn't have any money either, and I don't know where he lives. How do you not know where the guy lives? Haven't you been talking to him for like a sweep or more? He's secretive as all hell, okay? You don't even know roughly how far out from here he lives? No, and as fun as proving how little I know about my crush is, can you let us in or not? Yeah, geez. Both when you get here and I'll let you two up. Thank you! Carcinogeneticist ceased trolling Twin Armageddons. When Carcat and Dave fall through your door panting and laughing to themselves, you get a good look at him. That was majorly fucking close, dude. Dave laughs, shoving his shoulder against Carcat and combing his hand through his hair. It's pretty neatly styled, not in a slick formal way, but in the way of someone trying very hard to look like they're not trying at all. His horns are a spiral, counter-spiral set that remind you of Aradia, not helped by the rust symbol on his chest. Only, on one side of his head, the horn has been sliced clean through, cutting through the spiral halfway. You'd think maybe it was just supposed to be flat-ended, if the other so blatantly didn't match it, and if the amputated one didn't clearly have the ghostly afterimage of horncore in the middle of it. He's skinny all over, but unlike you, he has apparently decided to go with a totally skin-tight shirt that sticks to him entirely. Both pitiful and fuck you. You're starting to see why Carcat has his problem. You're lucky I'm so nice, you say, instead of staring more, and shut the door behind Carcat. Your generosity is appreciated. I'll very much consider giving you my stuff when I'm dead, Carcat gasps, leaning against the wall. Thanks, I guess, you snort. So, Solix, right? Heard a lot about you, Dave says, suddenly a lot more impassive. Oh? You ask, eyeing Carcat side on. Holy shit, you sack of bulges! What are you about to say, even? Carcat hisses at him. You can't stop a guy from spitting mad truth, Dave protests. Yeah, Carcat, don't stop him, you grin evilly. See? Dave sneers and looks at you. He says you're basically the best at computers, which, given Carcat's skills, isn't hella insightful, but you're apparently some kind of super genius. Plus his very best friend, who he'd clearly kill for, and routinely bemoans how you don't deserve to have people treat you the way they do, Dave says seriously. You look over at Carcat, who looks like he's considering leaping out of your window in mortification to either let gravity or daylight do its job in finishing him off. Aw, Dave is telling the truth. Karkat has all kinds of warm, mushy feelings for you. This is hysterical.
I like you,
You snicker.
I hate you both,
Karkat insists loudly, and everyone ignores him. Nah, Dave says with a half-grin that flashes fang.
I'm going to sleep. You two suck,
Karkat insists, stomping out of the room. Dave watches him, a fond little smile on his mouth for the second it lasts before he wipes it off, presumably remembering he's in company. Can I ask, and feel free to tell me to fuck off, but what's the deal with you and Karkat? You ask, walking over to your cupboard and getting a glass out and filling it with water. You start drinking and realize that you should have maybe offered him something too. What isn't the deal with me and him, man? Dave snorts and hops his ass up onto the counter.
Well, I know what his deal is. What's yours?
You question him. Red, black, both. I don't know. It'll work out or it won't. Dave shrugs. Not much else to say on that. It sounds like Karkat just needs to get his shit together. What about you? Karkat mentioned that you've been friends forever and that some of his creepier friends were up in your grill. Dave says curiously.
Oh, so you know Aridin,
you say with a roll of your eyes. Not as well as he wants to know me, nah. My buddy Rose set him straight when he wouldn't take 16 no's and 20 fuck-offs for an answer. Dave snorts.
Are they your Moirail then?
You ask with a frown. Dave's eyes go so wide behind his stupid shades that you actually see an edge of yellow around them. What? Ugh, gross, no. Rose and me are just old friends. Don't get me wrong, she's crazy enough to need a Moirail, but it ain't me, Dave says with a shake of his head. So you and Karkat are BFFs, Aridin's a creep. That it? Dave asks curiously, and you're not sure if he's angling for a particular answer here.
I have a mate sprite,
you say. Had, you correct. Oh, that sucks, Dave says sympathetically.
Or maybe still have? I don't know. Do you want a drink? I didn't ask,
you mutter, turning around to get another glass out for him. You don't got it, man. It's nice enough that you're letting me crash here, even if it's probably just because of Karkat, Dave says quickly. I think I can stretch to water, you assure him, and hand him the full glass. He takes it gratefully and drinks. He's shorter than you, and slighter, too. He probably weighs about 20 pounds soaking wet. Okay, exaggeration there, but still. Something in your chest twinges a little to see him. Sorry about your breakup, he says gently. Ouch. That would have hurt less if he hadn't sounded so sympathetic there.
She died,
you say instead, because you're, an asshole. Oh shit, Dave says, clearly mortified.
It was a long time ago. She was alive, we were a thing, she and Vriska got into this revenge cycle and...
Words fail you. Oh, I've heard about this. From TZ, I mean. We had a thing before... Well, that's how I met Karkat and him trying to smother me with a scale made on her porch about up and killed that chance either of us had with her. But she told me about Vriska and the girl she killed by... Dave trails off and sets his drink on the counter by his hip. You know what he's about to say. The girl that she killed by controlling you to make you kill her. I'm real sorry, Dave says and hooks his foot around the back of your knee. Your knees bang the cabinets below the counter he's on, and your hands are on either side of his legs now. It's ancient history, you tell his knees. God, they're basically painted on skinny jeans with rips here and there. Is he trying to advertise how easy he would be to snap in half over the knee of anyone with a healthy BMI? Doesn't sound like ancient history, Dave points out. She's sort of haunting me, literally, as the ghost. And Equieth keeps putting her ghost in a robot, and when he does that, they're flush instead. I don't know, it's complicated, you say. Dude, his hand is on your neck now. I think anyone else who says their shit is complicated owes you a formal letter of apology and maybe a blowjob. A startled laugh escapes you, and Dave flashes a prickle-toothed smile, clearly pleased at having made you feel better. I'll see how that works for me, you snort. Put the word out for you if you want, he grins. He jerks his head to the side at the sound of distant swearing and a thump. Did you forget how to take your own clothes off, dumbass? Dave calls, leaning back a little to make sure his voice carries around the corner.
Choke on my bulge, Globelick,
comes the distant yell.
Don't do that in my coon,
you groan. Nah, man, I was dragged up with better manners than that. Besides, I feel bad enough that the troll incarnation of a loudspeaker took your coon without going into defiling it. Not that he and I are even, you know. Dave's skin goes a little darker, and he tries to convey through hand gestures just how much he and Karkat are terrible at actually getting their shit together. I have a second side to it. You can sleep there. I was probably going to stay up all day coding anyway, you say, instead of teasing him. No way, man. I'm perfectly happy to kick it on your lounge plank. I kick it at friends' places so often I'm barely even used to Soper anymore. And besides, you look pretty tired. Maybe you should sleep there, and I'll sleep out here, he insists. Dave hops off the counter and fixes you with a no-nonsense look over his shades and ducks under your arm to walk across the room and throw himself on your lounge plank. It's not like you can stay up in here without keeping him awake, so you're kind of forced to go into your room. Karkat's clothes are in a heap by the blue half of your coon, and half of his arm is hanging out as he pillows his head on it and snores. He's probably not a deep enough sleeper that you can just sit here on your husk top. You guess you have to go to sleep. You change, peer at your bees to check they're okay, and then go to sleep. Thanks for watching. If you want more, you can make an account on AO3, Archive of Our Own, to read Undenu Neon's new chapters, or listen ahead at the Nerdholistic YouTube channel. To keep up with the creators, subscribe here for Imaginotion's art, to the Nerdholistic YouTube channel for the voice actors, and to Undenu Neon on AO3 for the writing, where you can subscribe to their name or to individual works. You can also follow all of us on Twitter, and Unda has their own curious cat for Q&A. We hope you have a fantastic day.